Welcome, welcome in, guys. We are live once again to bring you the South Africa retreat info session. So I'm super excited to share with you guys all of the details for our South Africa retreat 2024, October 17th, 2024. So sorry if it's cut off at the bottom. I promise the next few slides are going to give you everything that you need to know for this trip. So send to a friend of a friend of a friend who's ever wanted to go to South Africa to visit. We are going to be stopping at two locations while we're in South Africa. So I'm extremely excited about it. So we'll dive into literally what each and every day it's going to look like. So like I said, share with a friend, comment South Africa, and we'll send you a link to get all of the info. And then as always, this info session will also be available on YouTube so that you can get the recap and really be able to message us if you need anything. Otherwise, you can book directly online. So let me just go ahead and pin this as a comment on Instagram. And if you're watching this on YouTube, do follow us on Instagram as well. So comment South Africa, comment South Africa for the link to book. All right, here we go. All right, so once again, welcome to our South Africa Retreat 2024 info session. Share this with a friend who's wanted to travel to South Africa but has never been before. We're going to dive into all of the details of our upcoming retreat. So, as mentioned, this is our South Africa retreat. We're going to two locations. We are going to be going to Johannesburg as well as Cape Town, and everything is included, which is the beauty of traveling with Luxotic. All of your meals, all of your excursions, transportation, everything is included in the pricing. This is a done for you luxury 5-star experience from end to end. That's our goal when we book and create our retreats, so that you are getting the best experience that has everything included for you, and you don't have to think about anything except for what outfit you want to wear with your pictures and what souvenirs you want to buy. So what we're going to do over the next few moments is really go over everything that's included. As I mentioned, it's everything. And then we'll go over the itinerary day by day. We'll also go over what makes Luxotic unique, why you should book with Luxotic, and we'll go over FAQs along with booking next steps and how you can secure your space. So let's dive right in. So as I mentioned, the total pricing, which is on our website, includes 8 days, 7 nights, all drinks, your meals, and it's a non-alcoholic drink. So there are, if you want to indulge, of course, that will be additional costs, but it does include all of your non-alcoholic drinks, your meals, transportation, all excursions, taxes, and fees, which is very, very exciting. We don't include airfare in our packages along with upgrades or insurance. However, we do have a team that will support you if you need assistance getting airfare. And then we also have a team. You also have upgrades that are available depending on availability. And then we always, always, always recommend that our guests invest in travel insurance. We don't make every single guest invest in travel insurance because it is at your own discretion. But we want to make sure that you know, the risk of traveling without it, but also understand all of the benefits that come with it as well. So we will support you along the way. Now, let's dive into the exact itinerary for our South Africa 2024 retreat. So let me just get this. Yeah, a moment. If you're just tuning in, welcome in. Share this with a friend, and then we will dive right in. So, Welcome in if you're just tuning in. We are traveling to South Africa in October 2024. So come and get all of the information with us. Hey, Amy, welcome in. Travel to South Africa with us. Put this on for you page. Okay. All right. So if you're just tuning in again, welcome in. We are going over the exact itinerary that we have for our South Africa retreat, October 10th to October 17th. This is an 8-day, 7-night experience where everything is included. And we'll go through exactly what that is in a moment. So share with a friend, share this live with a friend so that they can tune in and know exactly everything is included. So on day 10, this is our arrival airport pickup into Cape Town. So when we recommend all of our guests that book, we recommend that they fly into and out of Cape Town. Even though we're going to be going to Johannesburg, we have a round trip that'll bring us back to Cape Town on October 17th. So we want you to make sure that you have everything you need. Hello, Black Mantle, welcome in. So the all of the guests will be picked up in our private airport transportation and bring us to the hotel for check-in. So check-in will always be at or around 3 p.m. Um, at or around 3 p.m. We but let's say you arrive before 3 p.m., right? Your room may or may not be ready. So this is just something that we give people a heads up just so they know what to be aware of. And then on the first day of every one of our trips, we always have a welcome white dinner so that everyone comes in their very best and gets to meet all of the incredible travelers that come with us. Now we always couple our trips with some type of learning and development experience so that you're not, just seeing at South Africa, right? It would be great to see South Africa, but our goal at Luxotic Retreats is that you learn and grow in paradise. So when you travel with us, we always host on day 2, a networking breakfast. So this networking breakfast allows you to meet other travelers. You're going to learn something new. We'll have some type of learning seminar that's there that is going to be beneficial for every single traveler, no matter what industry you are in. A lot of times we do couple our retreats with book signings for authors that want to get the word out. So it may be an author presenting their book, or it may be, just a new technique that will allow you to either start a new business, enhance your business, start a new career, or build your career. Now we're going to start this day 2, which is really our official day 1 in South Africa with the Big Five Safari and wine tasting. Now the wine tasting is a nice little add-on, so it's not a huge part of the tour, but the main part of the tour is the safari, where we're really going to see, the plains of Cape Town and experience all of the wildlife in the safari. So everything from lions to elephants, the penguins of South Africa that we know most about and love. And then we are staying at a beach hotel, and we will conclude the night with dinner by the beach, which is going to be fantastic. And then into day 3 is going to be another day in Cape Town where we'll continue our network breakfast. And then this day we'll be going to 3 different parts. We'll be going to Table Mountain, which allows for you to kind of see Cape Town from cable cars, which is really cool. And then we'll go see the penguins of South Africa, as well as have a full Cape Point tour. And then we'll finish this day with, again, dinner by the beach, which is very exciting. And then we finish our last day here with quad bike adventures. So we like to always have some type of adventure component to our retreats. So this is an opportunity for you to get, have that adventure piece. We start off the day with quad bikes. Then we come back to the hotel. You kind of have a good amount of your afternoon free from about 11 to 4 p.m. before we have an early dinner so that we can end off our retreat experience in Cape Coast with a sunset cruise. So this is going to be really nice and allows us to, kind of reset and get ready for a full day of travel the next day. So on the next day, we'll have our last breakfast in Cape Town, and then we'll board a flight to Johannesburg. Now, the flight is all included. Flights included, meals are included. All of these excursions are included. Now, this flight to Johannesburg is about a 2.5 hour flight. So it should allow us to get to Johannesburg around 2 p.m. after we're finished checking out, getting all of our bags. We'll more than likely get to the hotel at or around 4 p.m. and it's also a beach hotel. And then we'll have our first dinner in Johannesburg, and then you kind of have the rest of the night free. There will be some add-on premium experiences such as nightlife and um, nightlife in Johannesburg that people can take advantage of. So just some things to think about if you're wanting to enhance your trip while you're in Johannesburg, you can do that as well. Now on this official first day of Johannesburg, we're gonna have breakfast at the hotel, and then this is where we'll really start to experience the history of South Africa. So going to Soweto, going to the Mandela House, and then going to the Apartheid Museum. And again, everything is included. Hey, PDTS, we'll make sure that we send you information after this live. Um, so after we visit this, have this full day of history in South Africa, then we're going to conclude the night with dinner in Johannesburg. And again, if you're just tuning in, everything is included. Your meals, your excursions, transportation, photography, videography, and the best travel experience, dare I say, in the world. And then on day 7, this is our official last full day of our retreat. So we're going to start the day off with a hot air balloon safari. So we've already did the safari in Cape Town, but this is a different perspective where you're now seeing the safari in South Africa from the view of the sky. So you're in this, sunrise hot air balloon, literally looking at the safari. It gets no better than that. If you're talking about a bucket list activity, it's this right here. So I'm personally very, very, very excited about this. And then you have the entire day free in Johannesburg to be able to do any shopping, any additional tours. We'll have a few premium experiences as well that you can take advantage of. But this is a great way to see South Africa for yourself or take a free day, right? We're on a beach. We're staying at a 5-star property. So you're going to be able to explore the property, take a spa day, whatever makes sense for you. And this will be our last day before we depart. So on day 8 is our departure day. We typically have a bon voyage breakfast. So we'll have our bon voyage breakfast around 7 a.m. and we'll check out of the hotel around 8 a.m. And the flight is at 11. So we'll get to the airport just in time, about 9 a.m. for that flight. We typically will, again, it's a 2.5 hour flight, so we'll get there around 2 p.m. So our guidance that we'll be telling all of our guests is when you're booking your flight to go to Cape Town from your destination, make sure that you're not departing Cape Town until after 5 p.m. because we're just going to get back to Cape Town at 2 p.m. You want to make sure that you have time to check in to your airline and be able to make sure that you are not missing your flight. So and we recommend any flight after 5 p.m., which is typically standard for most international flights that are getting back to the United States. They're typically after 5 p.m. This is more or less a standard. So that's the entire itinerary. If you're just tuning in, no worries. This will be available on YouTube and we'll also link it in our bio so that you can catch it and make sure that you book as well. So let's dig into what makes Luxotic, what makes Luxotic great to book with. If you're just tuning in and you may not know much about us, welcome to us. We've been in existence for a little over 4.5 years. We're approaching our fifth birthday in December of 2024. And we pride ourselves in being blessed to create done for you all inclusive experiences, right? This is typically in places that all inclusive does not exist. So we are putting in that extra effort to ensuring that we build out and curate the experience so that everything is included. You don't have to think about, where, Googling for the best restaurants or Googling the best places to stay or the best excursions where you're not, having a horrible experience, right? We're going to do all that heavy lifting for you, and everything is already done, it's already set, it's already planned. So when you invest in an exotic retreat experience, it's all done for you. And everything is included from your meals, your excursions, your connecting in, domestic airfare, everything is done for you. So that's one of the best things. The other thing is we also ensure that our booking process is super secure. So if you ever go to a website, especially if you're about to put in your personal information, you always want to make sure that it's secure. There's a couple ways that you can do that. And, the URL needs to have HTTPS. That means that the site is secure. It needs to have a little lock symbol in the URL. That means that your information is secure. If that is lacking those two things, do not share your personal information. We've invested a lot of money to making sure that our site is completely secure so that when you book and you make a payment, you upload your passport, you're sharing any of that sensitive data that comes with traveling, that your information is secure. So it's one of the things that we love. A lot of the things that our guests love when they travel with us, I want to say about 70% of the guests that travel with us are solo travelers. They're not waiting for their friends to, get the trip out the group chat. They're traveling on their own, but in a safe environment with a group so that they can still explore a new location. They can still go and, do their own thing within reasons and safety. And we always provide a lot of information and insight to our guests so that they know, what to expect, how you can travel safely within a given destination. So we've offered this to our guests and they love it. They love that they're able to join our retreat, still explore on their own, and they're in the safety of a group. Another thing that we offer is flexible payment plans. Not only are you able to book, with a deposit and pay nothing until 8 weeks prior to departure. So for this retreat, it's October 10th to the 17th. You put a deposit down, you pay nothing until August 1st, and your entire retreat is secure. We also have payment plans in partnership with Affirm, with Afterpay, with PayPal credit, so that let's say you did want to, take that full payment and just break it down over time, you totally can with one of our partners. But we also provide monthly payment plans, weekly payment plans, bi-weekly payment plans so that you don't have to wait until August, right? You can pay a little bit out of over time and have your trip completely paid in full by the time that you depart. The other thing, as I mentioned in the beginning, is that we enhance your trip with upgrades, with excursions, with, more room nights, lots of things that allow for you to really get to experience South Africa in a new way. That's our goal. Our goal is always to make sure that you have an incredible 5-star experience from end to end. Now, we have been again blessed to be able to deliver 5-star experiences. So that's what you can expect. You can expect that we've spent time, energy, resources into finding the best of the best excursions, finding the best of the best hotels for your value, being able to find the best transportation companies. So we are putting in that sweat equity and that that labor to make sure that you have the done for you experience, so you don't have to worry about anything but joining and enjoying the trip. And then, of course, you get to network with other travel lovers, right? You get to make friends. I can't tell you how many new partnerships, new business opportunities, new friendships have been created on Luxotic retreats, new love interests. We had literally have two guests who met on a trip two 2 years ago, and they're getting married this year. And it just goes to say you never know what happens on the Luxotic retreat, which is really exciting. All right. A couple of FAQs. These are frequently asked questions that we get a lot of. One, can you add airfare? Absolutely. If you go on our website, we don't have packages that include airfare, but if you send us an email, we will always put together a quote for you. We're happy to do so. Just let us know your departure airline, as well as some preferences. If you're looking for nonstop flights if available. A lot of the times there are very few nonstop flights that go from the United States to South Africa, specifically Cape Town. So you'll have to be a little bit flexible there, but you'll let us know things such as your budget, right? Are you looking for economy? Are you looking for business class? Is there a specific airline that you're looking for? And we'll make sure that we make this happen for you. Is transportation included? This is another question that we get a ton of. Absolutely. We're making sure that round trip transportation is included every step of the way to and from the airport, and all included activities. We're always going to make sure you have everything you need to have amazing 5-star experience. Now, this is another question that we get a lot of, and we want to make sure that our guests know of, what if I can't attend the trip? What is your refund policy? Now, we do make exceptions on some cases, but we do highly, highly, highly encourage travel insurance with our partner TravelX to process any refunds if an emergency should occur. Now, all of your deposits, all of your are final and non-refundable, but you can always transfer your deposit to any future travel experience for up to 2 whole years. And I'll give a perfect example of this. Last year, we had two travelers that couldn't attend our Beyonce in Paris retreat, and they are now actually coming, ironically, to this South Africa retreat with us. So if there's ever a case that's the case for you guys, we are super flexible and we'll make that work for you as well. And then this was covered in the last section. Can you pay over time? Yes, as mentioned, we have multiple payment options and very flexible payment plans as well. So just something, to really think about as you're thinking of, hey, I've had South Africa on my bucket list for a long time. This now makes it doable, right? This is literally the answer that you've been looking for. Maybe you're too busy, you're too successful to be able to book this trip, to plan this trip out yourself, right? Maybe you and your network, just have too much going on, but you have just enough PTO, just enough, of an investment to be able to make this work where everything is included for you. This is the solution to the answer that you've been asking for, to that prayer that you've been asking for. Hey, I want to get to South Africa. I'm excited. Can make it happen for you rather. So what happens next? So what happens next is when you're ready to book, you can now currently hold your space for a $97 deposit. And yet, yes, I know if you go to our website, it says $197. You can use code INFO, INFO, to take $100 off the deposit. So you don't have to pay that initially. The deposit is only $97. And then upon your booking, you are going to select your payment options. You'll share more information about yourself so that we know how to prepare for your trip, your emergency contacts, your health restrictions, dietary restrictions, things of that nature, so that we can tell staff any of the restaurants that are preparing your food as well. And then within 5 days of booking, you're going to get the exclusive passenger site. Now, notice I haven't mentioned where we're staying at, and that's on purpose because, we want to keep your information secure. We don't want to tell the world where you're staying at. Should you say, hey, I'm going on a South Africa retreat, that's no one's business but yourself. So once you book, you immediately know exactly where you're staying. Again, it's a 5-star beachfront property, and you'll have all of the information to know, how to get a visa if you require a visa from the country that you're traveling from, what type of currency they're using, how to make sure that you inform your credit card companies, phone companies when you're traveling, because these are the things that people aren't thinking about when they're traveling internationally. We're going to make sure you do that. Not only are we going to give you access to this passenger site that gives you all of this information, but we're also going to have a couple of pre-travel calls. Now, these pre-travel calls are super, super beneficial because in these travel calls, you get every single piece of information that you need prior to departure. And those will happen a couple of weeks before we depart. And we also put everybody into a group chat so you can start chatting with all of the guests and really connecting before we depart. So that's all of the information on our South Africa retreat. I'm excited for the guests that we have booked so far. And I'm excited to have you on as well. So if you've been watching this live, thanks for tuning in. Type South Africa or type South Africa, and we'll send you the link to book. And make sure that you use code INFO, INFO, because you sat through this info session for this entire time. I want to make sure that you get that special exclusive deposit of $97 to hold your space. To hold your space, and then you'll get all of the information that you need in order to make this the bucket list life-changing experience that you've been asking for. So I'll leave a couple of moments. If anyone has any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat. If you're watching us live, we'll definitely answer any questions that you have in the chat. But if you're watching this on YouTube, someone that manages the account will definitely reply back to you. Or you can shoot us an email at info@luxoticretreats.com, also in the description. But it's been great hanging out with you guys, sharing more information about this. If you need anything, again, shoot us an email, shoot us a DM, chat with us on our website. Someone will definitely get back to you. So then have a wonderful, blessed rest of your night. And I'll see you guys in South Africa.